Hi, I'm Raleigh Hill, your church planting missionary to North Idaho. We began the Freedom Baptist Church here in Spirit Lake, Idaho, a little over a year and a half ago with my wife Cassandra and our kids Madison, Jocelyn, and Judson. God has been so good to us in this first year as we have seen Him do some amazing things. Within our first year, we saw 5 people trust Christ and 5 baptized, and we have several in discipleship, about 8 currently enrolled in discipleship, and the Lord has really just been good to us. We've been able to see multiple visitors come in, and many of those begin to stay. And we have an average attendance of around 35 to 40, and that's just the Lord. Many of these people have never been in church before in their lives of any kind, and several of them haven't been since they were children. And so discipleship is a key part of our church ministry, and we're so thankful that God has allowed us the tools and the opportunity and then the people that are willing to be discipled. And we're having a great time with that. We celebrated our first year in March, our 1-year anniversary, with a missions conference. And we wanted to present missions before our church and wanted to share with them our heart that there are people all around the world that were just like them, that never heard the gospel and never had an opportunity to be saved and didn't have a church that they could go to. Many of them, this is their first time learning to give, and we're so excited about that. And we're just thankful that God is growing them each and every day, that we gather together around His Word. And we couldn't be doing that without you guys. We have whole families that knew nothing about Jesus Christ. The first family we led to Christ said to us that in 2020 they bought their very first Bibles because they knew they needed God in their lives, and that was all they knew. But because of you, we were able to be here and explain to them that there's so much more to who God is than what the world would tell them. And we were able to introduce them to Jesus Christ, and what a privilege that is. Here in this next coming year, we are attempting great things for God. We were able to charter our church on July the 3rd as our Freedom Sunday, which we're not established by any stretch, but it was a good first step in us forming our church and bringing our people into some church leadership and some responsibility of their own church. And this year we are going to be prayerfully looking at and raising money for some land or a building that we can remodel, that we might have a place to meet. We currently still meet in the senior center here in our town, and we're praying that God is going to open the door for us to be able to have a permanent meeting place somewhere that we can be in and week out. But we're so excited about what God is doing this year, and we can't wait to see how many more people are going to trust Him, and we can't wait to see how He'll use us to impact our community for Him. Again, thank you so much for all of your labor of love, your giving, your encouragements that we receive every year by the cards from the church. Just thank you all for loving us and allowing us to be your missionaries.